bloody heron is back. Frickin' thing. Get off my pond. Bloody thing. Yeah, you want to run, mate. You want to run. Okay, it's sitting on my bloody shed. Get off. Up on my bloody neighbour's roof now. Yeah, watch me all you like, mate. Yeah, so that happened the other day. Couldn't do any more filming because I was going out to work. But that pesky heron is back hanging around again. Got woken up by the missus screaming at me saying the heron's back in the garden. What is it? It's been a good 6 months, I suppose. I think it was November last year it was hanging about, or October, September, October, November time, I don't know. Something like that, but yeah, blooming thing's back. But luckily, the ugly netting that nobody likes on my pond yet again has done its job. It's a couple of days later now, and my fish are all happy as Larry under their net. So as I said before, guys, best way to protect from a heron is a full enclosed net, and I need it here because I live so close to Peterborough's Fairy Meadows, and for those of you that don't know, it's a massive nature reserve specifically designed to attract things like that. But yeah, when it comes to netting a pond, guys, try and raise your net off the water. Obviously, you know, mine's sort of suspended on some bamboos back side, and then some lower bamboos on the front. That gives it a good 45cm clearance off the pond, because if it was down near the water, obviously the heron's going to be poking through right down here, but because it's raised, you can't get to them. The fish are all happy as Larry though. So yeah, shopping in Tesco's the other day, and there was a little stall outside Tesco's selling these things, a little tin, metal, copper, whatever you want to call it, heron. He's standing guard in front of the pond now. Whether they work or not, who knows, but it didn't get any fry this time, thank God, because I made sure, obviously, after last time there wasn't any holes, and the only hole that there is where that old fleecy thing is. We'll open it up, have a quick look, and then I've got to get down to Japankoiimport because they're open. This is the Easter weekend. They've had a load of new fish put out, so yeah, they've had a load of new fish put out, so I want to go and have a look at the fishies. Not that I'm going to buy any, but we'll go and have a look. But I do want to get some pipe and adapters for the new air source heat pump you saw last week. So what I'm going to do very quickly is feed the fish before I go. Healthy fish go crazy for food. Thanks for that, fishies. I wonder the dog's always finding it on the floor. Yeah. Polycarbonate needs a clean, but I'm not actually bothering cleaning it because it's makes the koi invisible to the heron. Let's flick some of this back in. They go mental when you first put food in there. But yeah, I mean, obviously I'm still watching everybody else's YouTube channels, and everybody is suffering with all sorts of things at the minute. Trick, Costia, fluke, the whole shebang. But neither of my ponds have had a single issue this spring so far. I'm sure I'll probably get one, but yeah, I think the new treatment regime I'm doing on my fish is working a treat. Now, unfortunately, like a lot of other YouTubers, I am going to say I'm not telling you what my treatment regime is, because it's not the norm, it's not what it says on the packet, but as you can see by 2 ponds full of uber healthy happy fish, it obviously works. So just feed the bigger ones and then I'm going to get going. So I made it. We're at Japan Koi Imports. Before I go and speak to Mark and find some pipe work, let's go have a look at some fishies. So you've all seen Japan Koi Imports before. If not on my videos, someone else's. I know Steve's been up here a few times, but these are the new fishies out for Easter bank holiday. Again, all individually priced. On the back wall there's a lovely tank show there. 300 squids there. Let's see if we can find it. Oh, he's well easy to spot that. I think it's a Tansho Goshki. There he is. I don't know, it might be a Tansho Sanki. I don't know. It's got a bit of a black line down his back. More than likely a Goshki, I'd say, on that one. Yeah, got some absolutely cracking fish in there. Kiki Kuryus, Benny Kiki Kuryus. A few nice Goshkis. Kiat series, Hyatt series. All very reasonably priced as well. I'd say every fish in here is 30 centimetres and up. 175's got a lot of these. 175s. There is a couple that go up to 300 quid, but it doesn't look like anything's... Oh no, there's one there that's 350, 2 there. But they're absolutely gorgeous. Right, I'm going to go see Brendan and Mark and find some pipe work. So yeah, back from Japan Koi Imports. Ooh, got the bits I needed. I'll show you them in a second, but I'm quite peed off with myself. I just said, not had a single problem all winter other than the bloody Heron. Everyone else doing their disaster videos, and I've not been able to do one. Jinxed myself. Come home from Japan Koi Imports. And my chag, Gin Rin Chag, golden Gin Rin Chag, is laying flat on the bottom. So got the net. We will see if he's alive or not. Bloody typical. Not happy. Yeah, so I think he's past it. He's not been dead long because he's still very movable. He's not like stiff and rigor mortis, and obviously he's not floating, so he's not been gone long, bless him. But to be honest, it's the only fish that hasn't been doing great this winter. Always on the bottom over the winter period. But yeah, Shame was a nice fish. Certainly a bit bloated with water, but, or fluid, whatever you want to call it. But yeah. Typical as well. That was one of my fish that I actually got from Japan Koi Imports. I bloody jinxed myself, didn't I? Said I had no problems before I left, and come home to that. Right, snap back all in a bizzle. Well, let's change the mood a bit. That was from when I had to start this pond again. That was one of my originals. Wasn't the original. I've only got 2 of the very originals. So I got them from King's Lynn Koi. And then the very next fish I purchased was that one from Japan Koi Imports. Growing it from a little 6-7 centimetre Gin Rin Chag to a 38 centimetre Gin Rin Chag in 2 years, 2.5 years. Sad times. But it's the joys of keeping koi, I suppose, but not a mark on it. Hasn't been got by the heron or anything like that. It just, I was watching some old videos of my pond a couple of months back and realised it didn't also do well last winter. I mean, never been quite right, that one. It was a very happy, friendly fish, but it was absolutely riddled with carp pox. Obviously carp pox all round its mouth, all over its dorsal, down the side of its body, and all over its tail as well. So yeah, it's never been a uber happy fish, but yeah, I'm not going to bother scraping any though. There's still no flicking, flashing, not even some fin twitching in the pond at the minute. Obviously they're all a bit spooked because the net's been in the pond, but yeah, not even a bit of fin twitching yet. All calm and collective and happy. So I'm not going to bother scraping them. I honestly don't think it was parasites or anything like that. It literally just didn't like winters. Obviously having all that carp pox around its mouth as well, it never got as much food as the rest of them. But it still ate well, but I don't know. Just guessing now, aren't we? But yeah, anyway, back to why I went up to japankoiimport. Let me go get the bits again. So yeah, this is what goes onto my air source heat pump. 1 inch thread, very small. And then you got a 1.25 and 1.5 hose tail connector. Now I've been down to japankoiimport. Now the 1.25 fits a hose tail, the 1.25 one absolutely perfect. The 1.5 one very loose in the hose tail, so not ideal. But it doesn't have anything with a 1 inch thread to any sort of hard pipe, which is a bit of a shame, but not a major issue. If it was an 1.5 thread, it would have been okay. Even if it was an 1.25 thread, it would have been okay. But yeah, inch to hard pipe, he didn't have. But what he did have is some old school Cockney Koi rubber boots. Bit of a weird angle, but my tripod's busy at the minute doing other things. Yeah, so that's what screws into the air source heat pump. That is a real nice tight fit onto the 1.25 inch, and then that is up to 1.5 inch. So that's going to be good. I'm on black waste for the first bit, so that is going to be very loose on 1.5 inch black waste. So what I've got is a straight connector. We'll glue that onto the black waste, and that does, there we go, squeezes in there as a nice tight fit. So then that is going to be the connection for my air source heat pump, which is quite good, because if I ever need to move it, take it apart or whatever, then it's going to be a lot easier just to unscrew the ball valve and get that moved. I've got loads of PTFE tape that I can put around there, and if worst case scenario, I can put a little bit of MS300 on there as well, and then just remove it from that side if I have to, because this one ain't ever going to leak, whereas that one connected to a is a good tight fit there. There we go. But yeah, connected to a bumpy old hose tail. There is always a small chance, but yeah, that's me setup for my air source heat pump. So anyone that's thinking of getting one, if japankoiimport don't have that fitting to hard pipe, I very much doubt any other pond store may have. Plumbing store, maybe, might be worth checking the plumbing store, but if you're happy with something like that, that'll do the job for me. I also picked up a couple of other bits. I got some awesome fittings that will connect the Veriflow pump. I've got the EA Veriflow pump, and that will connect it to either 1.5 inch or 2 inch. Or is it inch or 2 inch? Can't remember, but you can either glue one inside the pipe or one outside the pipe. And yeah, got two of them. But one of them, because of EA's system, it doesn't quite fit on the top part very well, so there's a little bit of modification that you got to do. That's another Cockney Koi fitting, I believe. Yeah, Cockney Koi. So nice and affordable. And when I get to the plumbing stage, I'll show you the little tweak I've got to do to that. And I've also, because for those of you that saw me plumb this in, The way I've done it, again, was all thanks to Mark at japankoiimport. I'll squeeze in here a second. But rather than trying to glue weird and wonderful things to this, basically the outside of these Cockney Koi slide valves you can glue straight on the fittings for 2-inch pipe, whether that's a 90 or whatever. So what I've done, excuse the cobwebs, is put 2-inch unions on the top and the bottom, so if I ever need to take the Tempest off, obviously turn the pumps off, close the other valves, blah blah blah, I can then just unscrew it there, the other end of that is indoors somewhere, and then can take that off. But because that is in 2-inch, what I've also picked up today is the conversion kit from the black 1.5" to 2-inch. So you've got this little bit, that little bit, and then, oh, it's got the cobweb on my finger, and then that bit, and then that's all sorted. But yeah, so great trip to japankoiimport. Met the new doggy, great little thing. Tried to eat Nala. We did take Nala up. Nala got a bit upset, bless her. Wasn't Lilu's fault. Mark's new doggy. It's an old-fashioned English bulldog, like the old types, not the short, stubby, fat ones. The taller, slightly thinner ones. But yeah, upset Nala a little bit, unfortunately. But yeah, not as I said, not Lilu's fault, just Lilu's a puppy and playful, and Nala doesn't like to be jumped on by other doggies, so she got a bit upset. So Nala and Mrs. keeping it coy sat in the car while I got me bits. But anyway, yeah, so that's it. I'm not worried about the heron. As I say, I got woken up in the morning from the missus because the heron was in the garden. Her and Nala scared it off. And then before I went to work, obviously it was back. I went and scared it off, as you saw. And I then went to work for the whole day. Come back, both ponds, absolutely fine. So I'm quite happy with the protection that I've got to keep the heron out. Massive shame about the chag, but what can you do? On a slight plus side, the world goes round, I suppose, but on the slight plus side, I'm going to see if I can get the footage this year. I know I got some pretty good footage last year, but the blue tits, again, are nesting in that box. I literally, just as I turned around to look out the window, I just saw one fly in that box. But yeah, every year, they've been in that box 2 years on the trot now. And every year when they go to fledge, I'm away. So hopefully this year, we're not on holiday ourselves until September. So hopefully we're going to be here all summer and I'll be able to catch them on film this time. So yeah, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go and sort out the bonsais because it's next weekend. That is the grow and show that I've got the little bonsai stall again up in Wrexham. If you haven't seen that video, go and check it out. I'll go and get some bonsai sorted out. And while I'm doing that, you guys can watch this video just there. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. Take care. Have a good one. Like the video if you haven't already. And we'll catch you all on the next one.